This first song is a cover for the old heads, so if you know it, come help me out. This is a song by a band called Count Me Out. It's for the straight edge kid. You can fucking wait. Break every gutter that you said and away. What did you expect from us? There's something that even time can change. Even time can change. Some things that even time can change. Written on his face, covered by the ground, feet bare by shame, and there he lay, giving up on everything. An unsuspecting world, bound by his rage. A broken spirit in a system of deception, built to be torn down. Time of misconception. The clouds only took from the sea where they began. He fell from his knees when he no longer could stand. The third filled bowl in the sea ran red. Frailty of heart, it nourishes the head. His pain won't last forever. A cosmic beam to the dance of our death. His bloody love that is eternal. Growth within our chest. His pain won't last forever. A cosmic beam to the dance of our death. His bloody love that is eternal. This pain won't last forever. Constant beats to the dance of our death. Love that is eternal. It flows within our chest. This pain won't last forever. Constant beats to the dance of our death. Running love that is eternal. It flows within our chest. Move it in, fill in this space. Go, go, go. Listen. Nobody really wants to live forever, but we're all afraid to die. Nobody wants to roam around in the darkness. Nobody wants to see the light. We're all like helpless children, too afraid to grow old. keep it going. This next one's off our demo. Be leery of any man who keeps a Bible in one hand and a flag in the other. Contact! Move! 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 Gonna be sitting on the covenant, you passionate. Take advantage of the foreigner. Take their weakness and glory there. Stand against you. The first will be last. Their judgment for you. Turn away from the directed God. By the eye of the Anglo-Christ. Your price for refugee. And take pleasure in what is right. Go! I am a citizen only by birth. I pledge allegiance to nothing but to bring His kingdom to earth. Go! You can't tell me that God, nation, backs of slave. Think the whole world belongs to you. But it's not just God bless the USA. Empires fall! Empires fall! All right. Hey, thanks so much for Bleed Out for putting us on this show last minute. This year I turned 40 years old, which means I've been doing this for longer than some of you have been alive. And nights like tonight is why I stayed, because it's about something. And so, at the risk of preaching to the choir, I just want to say real quick that we're in a time of fascism. It's not an opinion, it's a fact. But it's a very specific type of fascism led by these things. It's techno-fascism. Hopelessness is their tool, and they pump it into your fucking brain with this every minute of every day to make you think that you can't win, to make you think that all the dead bodies and all the kids on the streets and all the shit you see, which is very real, is too much. It's not too much. Hopelessness is their weapon, so find your hope. This next one is off our 7-inch. Come on. Richmond, do what you feel. Yeah! They can take your money and they can break your body. They can even sell your thoughts. But my soul is free. And they can never take it. Listen. Makers of war, defenders of life, you cut the ties that bind your blind. And falling in line with machinations of the bourgeoisie. Protect your life. Take back your life. Give back the dime. Replace it with the image, the illusion of the nation state. If only God can judge me, then no man can govern me. for the kids of Gaza. It's called Sleeper. Dirt from your grave. Rocks cry out his name, never yours to claim. Different perspectives, inside we're all the same. All one creation, Imago Dei. Appunte wasmaya, nankada spat, kehe malkuda. Dewe zebena kaya kanade wasmaya aparaha. Apulang lakpa, isukan on your mana. Waswakan kayo bay, ayaw kanadam ganan, skrapatan kayo bay. No interest, just as divine. Dehumanized, because we've been dehumanized. Take the high ground, playing the source of life. The kings of ancient time deny the one who gives us life. And now we'll do the same. Nothing will ever change till the Creator comes to claim the creation that she's made. No nation, no military force could ever really own what was never really yours. No nation, no military force could ever really own what was never really yours. Two more. This one's a single we just put out. It's about being quiet and learning to know yourself. I am the dragon! Immersed in solitude, my head in rest. All torn and tattered remnants in a world full of hate. Because of all these wars, you take the desert land to a hollow of a mountain you forgot. I speak to no one, I hear no voice or song. I speak the language of the wind. I speak to no one, I hear no voice or song. Hear the language of the wind. Your fellow man, these promises I've kept. Why not become all flame? 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 I am the dragon! Two-step, two-step. I am the dragon! I am the dragon! I am the dragon!
I'm sure Matt's going to talk about this song just a little bit more, but I wanted to say it's about death, and it's about how death is a part of life, and I want to dedicate this song to my family member Chris, who passed away about a week ago. And man, he was almost glad to do it because he knew that death was something that we all have to do, and it was a part of life. Matt, you could say this more eloquently, but I just want to shout this out to Chris.
Thank you. Yeah, this is going to be our last song. It goes out to everyone who's ever lost anyone. And as you watch him lower that box into the ground, or at least as I did, I looked at it and I just thought, damn, this can't be all there is. So this is about the hope that we're not just a bunch of blood bags walking around fucking killing each other, but that we're a little something more. This last song's called Engine. Use your life.
Sometimes I cry, a tear streams down my face, for the passing of things with fading away. Feel the pain, break the cycle, holy grief turn to death. 'Cause no one ever really dies, but every star that you see is dead. And yet the light never really dies. From the void to your eyes, light never really dies. Extinguish my eyes so that I might see. Listen. Death is the engine of life. Every bird, every flower, destroyed so that I might live. All the grass, every grain, died so that we might live. Relinquish control. Close your eyes and return to the word before the sea. 'Cause no one ever really dies, but you can truly never be born. So why not be born for the first time? And why not die for the last time?